What if I told you your money is eventually going to zero, and it's not even your fault? AI, rampant inflation, and geopolitical shifts aren't just headlines. They are actively weakening the value of your currency and your labor. To enjoy the exact same lifestyle as a household had in the 1990s, you would need to earn more than 2.5 times your salary today. This isn't a work harder problem. Wages no longer track with inflation, and you're effectively competing against time. It doesn't matter how skilled you are. If you had been born just 20 years earlier, your compensation and purchasing power would be more than double what they are right now. Where do we turn when work is no longer enough to survive? When your time is a losing currency? The answer is something you already know, but haven't mastered: investing. Investing isn't a modern trend. It is as old as civilization itself. Archaeological records from Mesopotamia show some of the earliest laws for interest payments and futures contracts. Humans have always looked for ways to put capital to work before they put their bodies to work. But the game changed in 1602. The Dutch East India Company realized that one person couldn't fund a global empire, so they invented the publicly traded company. This was the birth of the primary and secondary markets. For the first time, you did not have to build a ship to own a piece of the venture. You could buy a share of the risk and, more importantly, a share of the reward. Investing is ingrained in the history of mankind because it is the only way to own a piece of the future. It is evolution of survival. So, what the fuck is investing? Investing is the act of allocating resources, usually money, into assets like stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses with the goal of generating income, profit, or appreciation over time. It is essentially the calculated trade-off. You are taking on risk to achieve higher potential returns compared to the guaranteed loss of traditional savings. You are aiming for long-term growth through compounding. In plain terms, investing is the act of deferring the current utility of your capital for the opportunity to gain greater utility in the future. You are choosing not to consume today so you can consume more tomorrow. These ventures vary in risk and profitability, but the objective remains the same. By investing the fruit of your labor, you enable that labor to multiply its own value while you sleep. In the current system, the only thing riskier than investing is doing nothing at all. Investing can be scary, but look at the math. In the current economic outlook, not investing is the ultimate risk. You're betting that the system will stabilize on its own, and it won't. Capital is not just the present, it is the future. As living conditions tighten and the market value of human labor continues its downward trend, the lever shifts. We are moving towards a reality where working harder is a broken strategy. You have to ask yourself, what will you do when your labor is essentially worth nothing?